Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel DevSafia, and I'm Safia, and today we are diving into the fascinating world of web servers and application servers with a focus of Nginx. And by the end of this video, you will have a solid understanding of their roles and see practical example in action, right? So, in today digital age, websites and applications are at the core of our online experience, right? So, understanding how Nginx handles web and application server roles in crucial experience, and understanding how Nginx handle web and application server roles is crucial for optimizing performance, scalability, and security. So stick around because this knowledge will make you a better web developer or system administrator, right? So here's what we will cover. So we will start by defining web and application server, then delve into how Nginx play a crucial role in managing them, and we will wrap up with a real world example to solidify your understanding, right? So first is introduction. So a web server is like Nginx handles incoming requests and serves static content, right? Sorry, serves static content, while an application server processes dynamic content and executes server side code, right? So working together to deliver web pages to users. So I explain this, right? So first time explain this. So first is here web server, right? So web server act is like a Nginx, right? So imagine it as a waiter at a restaurant, and its job is to take your order, it means request, and bring your dishes, right? It means web pages. So just like a waiter delivers food from the kitchen to your table, the web server delivers web pages to your computer, right? Second is here application server, right? Here is right application server. So application server is like a think of think of it as the kitchen in the restaurant, and it prepares the food, right? It means dynamic content and based on your code, right? So this is where the complex cooking happens, like making a custom pizza with your favorite toppings, right? So the web server, it means waiter, takes your order it means request, and serves you ready made dishes, it means static content, right? While the application server, it means kitchen is your application server in this example, prepare customized dishes, it means dynamic content, by executing special recipe, it means server side code, right? Together, and they ensure you get the complete mail, it means web page you asked for. Get it? I hope you get it. So next slide is real world example. So here's right real world example. So I read this, right? So think of Nginx as a restaurant host, it means web server, and that directs customers, it means web user, right, to their table, it means web pages. So efficiently, while the application server is like the kitchen where the actual food or web application data is prepared and served, so ensuring customer get the right meal, it means data, right, they order, and Nginx handles incoming requests and forwards them to the appropriate application server, improving performance and scalability, right? So I explain this once more, is like Nginx is like a restaurant host, right? It means it's in charge of guiding customer, it means user, right, to their tables it is like a web pages quickly and efficiently, right? Next is the application server is like the kitchen This means this is where the actual food, it means web application data, is prepared and served, making sure customer get the right meal, it means data they ordered, right? Third is Nginx helps. So it takes care of handling the customer request and make sure they are sent to the right place in the kitchen, right? It means the correct application server, right? So this teamwork improves the restaurant's performance and ability to serve more customer at once, right? So I hope you get it. Next one is, what is a web server? So a web server handles HTTP request and serves static content such as HTML, CSS and images, right? So here is right example. So example is, think of a web server like a waiter in a restaurant, and it serves the menu and brings your order dishes to your table. So I explain this. Just imagine, right, a web server as a waiter in a restaurant, and just like a waiter serves you the menu and brings your food to the table, a web server handles requests from your computer and serves you things like web page, picture and styles, right? So it's like the middleman between you and the kitchen. So making sure you get what you order on your plate. Get it? So next is web server in Nginx. So Nginx is an excellent web server. It efficiently delivers static content, improving website performance, right? So I explain this. Nginx is like a super fast delivery person for web content, right? It specializes in bringing you things that don't change often, like images, styles and web pages that don't need personalization, right? For example, just imagine your website is like a restaurant, and Nginx is the waiter who quickly brings your menu, it means the website, to the customer, it means web visitor, right? So they are really good at this because they are super fast, right? So when someone wants to see your menu, it means visit your website, Nginx gets it to them quickly, making your restaurant, it means website, seems very efficient, right? But Nginx is not great at making complex dishes. It means handling dynamic content like login pages or customized information, right? That's when you need SAF. It means application servers to prepare special meals. It means customize web pages. So Nginx is great at what it does, serving the menu. It means static content, and it leaves the fancy cooking, it means dynamic content, to others. And this teamwork makes your website run smoothly and fast, right? So our next slide is, what is an application server? So an application server executes dynamic code and process data. It's like the chef in our restaurant analogy. Example is, imagine you order a customized pizza and the chef, it means application server, prepares it according to your preferences, right? So explain this first, right? Application server is like the chef in a restaurant, and its job to prepare special dishes just the way you like them, right? For example, if you order a customized pizza, the chef, it means with the application server, makes it exactly how you want it, right? So with all your favorite toppings and flavors, so the application server takes care of making dynamic and personalized things, just like the chef making your custom pizza, right? So next is application server in Nginx. So Nginx can also act as a reverse proxy, directing dynamic requests to application server. Right. So here is in simple terms, right? Think of a Nginx as a traffic cop for your website. And when a visitor requests a web page, Nginx can direct that request to the right place. Uh, First is like static content, right? So Nginx can quickly serve. There is basically two type of content: static content and dynamic content. So first we will talk about static content. So Nginx can quickly serve things like images, CSS, and HTML, which don't change often. Just like a file color handling you a document from a cabinet, right? So next is dynamic content. So in dynamic contents, like for things like personalized web page or processing forms, Nginx can send your request to an application server. It means like telling the librarian to consult an expert for your specific question. So basically, Nginx act as a smart intermediary, making sure your website's visitors get the right content, whether it's a simple file or something that needs complex processing, right? Next is real world example. So first is imagine a social media website and web server. Nginx serves static element like profile picture, CSS, and JavaScript. And next is application server. So the application server handles dynamic tasks like user authentication, posting, and comments, right? So first we will talk about web server, right? So think of the web server like the front door of a social media website. It's in charge of serving static stuff, which means things that don't change often. Picture it like the welcome mat and the door handle. It gives you the nice design using CSS, right? Beautiful photos, it means profile pictures, and the functionally to open the door, right? So functionality is JavaScript, right? So application server, next is basically application server. So now the application server is like the uh, busy brain behind the scenes. It handles all the interactive stuff, and you log in, make a post, or leave a comment. The application server takes care of it, and it's like the behind the scenes magic that makes the website actually work, creating user account and making sure everything runs smoothly, right? So web server, it means Nginx, makes the website look good and serve the basic stuff, while the application server does all the behind the scenes work to make the social media site interactive and functional, right? So I hope you get it. Next is web server versus application server. So web server, static content, faster like a waiter, right? And application server is like dynamic content processing like a chef, right? So web server is like static content. It means think of a web server like a waiter in a restaurant. Its job is to serve fixed or unchanging items like the menu, right? So just as a waiter brings you the same menu to every customer, a web server provides the same unchanging content such as images, styles, and basic web pages to all visitors, right? So it's fast because It does not have to prepare custom dishes. It just serves what's already there, right? And next is application server. So application server is dynamic content processing like a chef. So an application server is more like a chef in a restaurant. So it's responsible for creating a customizing dishes based on a customer request instead of serving the same menu to everyone. And it takes specific order, cook unique dishes and adds personal touch, right? So application servers process data, interact with databases and generate dynamic content based on user input or requests, right? So basically, in summary, the web server serves static content quickly, like a waiter giving you a menu, while the application server handles dynamic content like a chef making custom dishes based on your order, and it has its role in delivering web content efficiently. Right. So I hope you get it, and so thank you.